As they happen live on KBC Channel 1.
We are ready. And we won't disappoint. Don't miss the Qatar 2022 World Cup, which is just a dial away. World Cup, Iko KBC.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob, valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544#. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Kupata mtumaini Mungu kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *811*815#.
Mtumaini Mwenyezi Mungu kwa moyo wako wote, wala usitegemee akili zako mwenyewe. Umtambue Mungu katika kila ufanyalo, naye atazinyosha njia zako. Usijione wewe mwenyewe kuwa mwenye hekima. Mche Mwenyezi Mungu na kujiepusha na uovu. Methali 3:5-7. Kumbe uovu huwajia wasiojiepusha na huo uovu. Tazama, unahitaji kufanya moja tu bila gharama.
Kupata mtumaini Mungu, bonyeza *811*815#.
Make transactions anywhere in the world with the NCBA Visa card and stand a chance to win big. Join the FIFA World Cup 2022 when you win an all-expenses-paid trip for you and your +1 to watch 2 games. Or win exciting weekly prizes that will make your FIFA viewing experience super duper. All it takes is a swipe or a tap to pay 2,000 Kenya shillings or more with your NCBA Visa debit or credit card. The more you swipe or tap to pay, the higher your chances of winning with 1 point for every 2,000 Kenya shillings spent. Don't miss out. NCBA. Go for it.
Hayawi mwishowe huwa. Kinyang'anyiro cha kombe la dunia kimefikia tamati. Je, Ufaransa wataweza kuhifadhi kombe hili dhidi ya Argentina? Jumapili hii kuanzia saa 12 jioni tutajua mbivu na mbichi pale Ufaransa watamenyana na Argentina kujua bingwa wa dunia. Usikose kutazama mechi hii live kupitia stesheni uipendayo ya KBC Channel 1. Pia tutakuletea matangazo haya moja kwa moja kupitia radio station zetu za KBC. Na kwa wale walio Kisumu, SportPesa wakishirikiana na KBC watakita kambi hapo City Square kukuletea mechi hii live kwenye big screen TV. KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. World Cup iko KBC.
This is Lunchtime News. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Jacky, Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is it's Brian Moraro. We have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. To interact with us, you can reach us at KBC Channel 1 on our social media handles. Now, to kick us off, President William Ruto has been inducted into the American Academy of Achievement during the Golden Plate Award ceremony in in Washington, D.C. The head of state was feted for his academic and non-political achievements and also being an inspiration to young people. American Academy of Achievement is a non-profit foundation that recognizes extraordinary individuals in public service, science and exploration, the arts and business. Others who have been awarded the prestigious honor before include former United States President Barack Obama, former South Africa President, the late Nelson Mandela, and the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa. Now, a section of ODM leaders in Nyanza region have challenged those opposed to the party leadership to bolt out and form their own party. Led by Siaya Governor James Orengo, the leaders accused a section of leaders from the Nyanza region of seeking to create leadership wrangles in the ODM party.
Siaya Governor James Orengo has taken a swipe at a section of ODM leaders from Nyanza region, accusing them of undermining the leadership of ODM party leader Raila Odinga.
Kiongozi wetu Raila Odinga ana heshima na tutakubali kama watu kuja na kusema mambo za kashfa. Hatutaki mambo ya kashfa.
Speaking at Papaboro village in Alego, Usonga constituency during a funeral service, Orengo asked those attempting to create leadership wrangles in the ODM party to bolt out and form their own party.
Lakini tunaomba kwamba tuwe na heshima kwa kila mtu. Iwe tuwe na watu ambao wanaheshimiana. Katika sehemu hii ya Nyanza na Western na Kenya nzima.
His sentiments were echoed by National Assembly Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi, who refuted claims that there was a political leadership vacuum in the Nyanza region.
We want to assure you that any such rebellion is going to be crushed. Convincingly. If you feel you have got the capacity to challenge ODM, please go ahead and form your party.
The deceased Rosa Athieno Amoth was mother to the acting Director General of Health, Dr. Patrick Amoth. Ben Chumba, Lunchtime News.
In other news, a fierce tug of war between members of the Kericho County Assembly appears to have taken a new dimension. The leadership wrangle, which began 3 weeks ago, now threatens to divide the county right down the middle. It has already cost the majority leader his position in the Assembly and now threatens to drag the executive into the thick of it.
Kipchebor MCA Eric Bett, who is also the Deputy Speaker at the Assembly, said the ouster of the majority was unprocedural because signatures were forged.
Lakini kumekuwa na wakora wachache wanafanya forgery ya signatures, wanafanya mswada ambaye ni ukora. Nataka tuwaambie namna hii, ziko za mwizi ni ngapi? Hapo maziri kule kwa timu shikata. So tunaambia hawa wakora hivi karibuni chuma yenu kimotoni. Tunawaonya.
A letter signed by UDA Secretary General Veronica Maina terming the changes illegal was ignored by the Assembly leadership, and Kapsoit MCA Paul Chirchir is already conducting his duties as the majority leader. Kisiara MCA Gilbert Ngetich was also appointed the majority whip, a position that was initially held by Cheptoririet MCA Haron Rotich. However, Ngetich said the law was not followed in making the changes.
Tulipiga kura vizuri, hata Tarimbo alipigia Vincent kura kuwa majority leader. Lakini anaenda tu akafanya yenye afuati sheria na anaandika #fuata sheria. Sheria gani? If you undermine a governor and you purport to be a majority leader representing the majority MCAs.
He said the county assembly and the executive should work together to avoid divisions that will eventually affect the development in the county.
To those leaders who are in Kericho, whom I'm one of them, we have to support and bind the county assembly and the executive for us to develop. We cannot endeavor whenever we create a division between the assembly and the county government. That is where our resources are bestowed.
Governor Eric Mutai is blaming the new majority leader for the wrangles, alleging that he was pushing to be paid by the county government for work not done.
Ile wakati wa Tupilwet walikuwa wakifanya mahewa, governor asipolipa wanaita maandamano kwa town. Governor anaita Gando anapea mradi. Governor anaita Gando anapea pesa nyingine. Mimi niwaambia jaribu kwa Dr. Mutai, ndio maandamano tuangalie kama ni wanaume.
The governor rejected payment of 450 million shillings for contracts, saying it was ghost work. Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Lunchtime News.
A section of leaders in Busia County has renewed calls for the creation of Teso County. The leaders argue that just like other minority communities, the Teso too need a county of their own because the current arrangement has failed to spur development in the region.
Mheshimiwa huko amesema kitu gani? Amesema kwamba kuna wakati mtu anaomba kitu, si ndio? Akiomba kitu ati anapewa. Si amesema hivyo? Lakini pia sisi wote tunajua kwamba bila Mungu kuwekelea mkono inakuwa ngumu, si ndio? Kwa hivyo ombi letu ni kwamba hii ombi imeombwa, tuombe pia Mungu weke mkono, si ndio? Na Mungu akibariki hiyo maneno itakuwa mzuri. Ndio sisi wote, kama mimi nikiamua kuja kukaa huko Malaba naweza kaa Malaba. Naweza kuja ningangane na deputy speaker pia ningoe niambie mimi pia naweza kuwa MCA huko, si ndio?
Leaders from Embu County have urged the community to support the government's efforts to promote technical and vocational training in the country. Now, the leaders noted that technical institutions are best placed to lower the rate of unemployment in Kenya. The leaders said the government is pumping a lot of resources in education and there is need for learners to take advantage of the initiatives to equip themselves with skills that will help them in the job market.
What we want to encourage teachers is that those who have the calling and they have done teaching, we are encouraging them to go to theological colleges. They do a training on chaplaincy, because as a government we'd like to have chaplains in each of our public institutions. So we believe that if we can have people who are trained in institutions, then these people definitely can assist in sorting out some of these issues.
Tunawaangalia vijana wetu na tunaangalia mahitaji ya watu kulingana na community yetu vile ilivyo, na tunakuwa na masomo mbalimbali ili yaweze kujenga jamii ambayo tuko nayo katika diocese hii na katika county yetu. Wale mahali mtu hako ndipo anaanzia, na kile kinafaa sana ni kuwa na lengo, ni wapi unataka kwenda. So it doesn't matter even the grade you got, but you really need to develop yourself from one step to the next step.
And now on environmental matters, Kiambu County, through chiefs in conjunction with stakeholders, has embarked on a tree planting exercise as a measure to see the county go green. The launch, led by Kiambu Deputy County Commissioner Titus Macharia, seeks to increase Kiambu's forest cover from the current 12%. On Jamhuri Day, President William Ruto directed all chiefs to make an initiative and plant trees in their localities in order to increase the country's forest cover.
Hapa Kiambu tuko na 18%, lakini tungetaka kuongeza zaidi ndio tufikie hiyo target ama lengo la 30% coverage hapa.
Na hii mwito wa kupanda miti utakuwa ukiendelea kila wiki, ambapo tutakuwa tukipanda miti 30,000.
Behind the president, we want to make sure that the Kiambu looks green, total green.
And away from Kiambu County, acting Busia County Commissioner Kipchumba Ruto has banned all night discos, famously known as Disco Matanga, in the region during this festive season. Speaking during the crowning of Assistant Chief Joseph Barasa, Kipchumba directed local administrators to ensure the directive is implemented immediately. He at the same time urged them to collaborate with Nyumba Kumi teams to deal with illicit brew trade and drug peddling. Kipchumba also put on notice those with intentions of disrupting security during the festive season.
Disco Matanga imepitwa na wakati. It was a traditional thing glorified by the community, but today Disco Matanga is also having problems. People should devise other ways of fundraising for a departed member of the community rather than using Disco Matanga to fundraise. The police, the chiefs will crack down on the same with a fury to make sure there is no illicit through counterfeit alcohol, hata bangi tutang'oa within our community. Police wako tayari, wako na magari, wako na maofficers wa kutosha, na tumetoa wito kwa wananchi watupatie ripoti ikiwa kama kuna shida kule vijijini wakati wa Krismasi. Kuanzia hata leo Krismasi na New Year, and you are ready at any time. Tumeweka command center tuhakikisha ya kwamba wananchi washerekee Christmas and they can report to us. So we shall be monitoring everything across the county.
As Christmas and New Year celebrations draw closer, the government has intensified security patrols across the coastal city of Mombasa and its environs. During the lighting of the Christmas tree at Treasury Square in Mombasa County, Mombasa Governor Abdul Somad Nasir appealed for continued religious tolerance, peace, unity and safety in the coastal county. Mombasa County Commissioner John Utieno assured both local and foreign tourists of adequate security as they enjoy the festivities. He said patrols in public spaces will be scaled up to deal with any emerging security situation.
Na sisi kama watawala na maofisa wa polisi, nataka niwahakikishie wakaji wa Mombasa ya kwamba tumeweka mkakati kabambe ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba kuna usalama ya kutosha katika Mombasa ili wageni wetu waweze kusherekea kwa amani. Tayari tuko na wageni wengi ambao wamewasili, tuko na watalii, hoteli zetu zimejaa.
Hii Mombasa iungane, kila mmoja. Kidole cha Muislamu kukiuma, kichwa cha Mkristo kinaweza kuuma pia vile vile. Muhindi akichemua, yule ambaye kwamba ni wakaya aweze kuchukua hankachifu aweze kumpatia, kwa sababu mwili wetu ni kitu kimoja.
Imefika, musherekee kwa shangwe na nderemo, mufurahi pamoja na majirani. Lakini naomba pia mueneze mapenzi ndani ya nyumba yenu, mueneze mapenzi ndani ya ndoa zenu.
Well, that report brings us to a fast break here on Lunchtime News. Don't go too far, we still have more news coming up.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544#. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Kupata Waibrania kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *811 *817 hash.
Yesu Kristo ni yule yule, jana, leo na hata milele. Wahibrania 13 mstari wa 8.
Kupata Waibrania, bonyeza *811 *817 hash. *811 *817 hash.
Intel kwamba mmoja wa vijana wa Burhan is coming away to be smuggled into the country.
How credible is the intel, sir?
Very credible.
Ni nani?
The bomb maker.
HQ iko na reason ya kubilivia kwamba one of Burhan's lieutenants that was smuggled into a country through his border crossing.
Wazi.
Sauti ya Kenya
92.9. Hii ni KBC Radio Taifa.
Kila kitu maishani kina sauti yaleta furaha.
Radio.
Sauti ya elimisha, yahimiza, yatuleta pamoja. Sauti ya Kenya
Radio Taifa.
Sauti ya Kenya.
Make transactions anywhere in the world with the NCBA Visa card and stand a chance to win big. Join the FIFA World Cup 2022 when you win an all-expenses-paid trip for you and your +1 to watch 2 games. Or win exciting weekly prizes that will make your FIFA viewing experience super duper. All it takes is a swipe or a tap to pay 2,000 Kenya shillings or more with your NCBA Visa debit or credit card. The more you swipe or tap to pay, the higher your chances of winning with 1 point for every 2,000 Kenya shillings spent. Don't miss out. NCBA. Go for it.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Welcome back. Members of Kishushe Ranch in Wundanyi area, Taita Taveta County, are decrying a breach of contract by a private investor who mines iron ore from their land. They say a few years back, before mining commenced, both parties signed an agreement on a number of issues. However, they are now accusing the investor of going against the deal and ignoring demands to fulfill his end of the bargain.
Mtu atawezaje kufanya mining bila consent ya land owners, bila license ya mining? Yeye miaka yote 5 amekaa hapa. Na jiwe kila siku latoka. Mamilioni yanatoka, mabilioni yanapatikana hapa. Lakini watu Kishushe bado wanapata shida. Kilio chetu kisikike, na tunasema hata kisiposikika leo, huu hautakuwa mwisho wa mapambano.
The proposed new Kilifi proximity city of return, which will be constructed by a section of Kenyans living in the diaspora, will cost a whopping $10 million, approximately 1.2 billion Kenya shillings. The new city will sit on a 40,000-acre parcel of land in Magarini. According to the officials, the ambitious project is being spearheaded by some 3,000 diaspora members who came together to invest at home. A section of the diaspora members visited the site where they have already acquired 2,000 acres that has partly been utilized for pineapple farming, which is already being sold locally, according to Professor Lucas Jenga, the executive officer of Proximity Point Group. Plans are also underway to cultivate passion fruits and cashew nuts on a large scale for sale.
We are talking to the government, and particularly we are appealing to the State Department of the Diaspora to talk to us so that we can see how can we enhance the life of the diaspora community, especially in these counties where there is so much resource that just needs to be exploited with the resources we have.
So this is a new area for crops. We are getting a lot of the local people getting employment on these farms. They are uplifting their life, their livelihood. They see some transformation in their homes, and so, you know, and we're also supporting them in the school, in the local primary school. We are supporting them as well.
Two charitable organizations have unveiled plans to assist vulnerable members of the community in Kilifi County grappling with harsh economic times. Simba Arati Foundation, established by area governor, and Donya Charity, founded by Kilifi County Women Representative Doris Aburi, have also pledged to support the education of underprivileged children in the region. Both organizations were officially introduced to the public at a launch event held at the Kilifi Agricultural Farmers Training Center.
With our governor, we are running Simba Arati Foundation. We launched the anti-Jiga campaign last month. We are working on all the Jiga cases within the county. From there, we will go to education support for all vulnerable children. I hope we are going to do a good work for our county.
Na umaskini mingi kwa huku ni ile tumejitengenezea, kwa sababu mtu atakataa kwenda shambani, lakini upate mtu ako na nguvu ya kupata watoto. So hii include kwa hii program bado tutakuwa tunaambia watu wetu hivi, pata hata wale watoto wenye utaweza kulinda, wenye utaweza kufundisha. Kwa nyumba uko na zile vitu ambazo utumii, nguo, hata wengine wanabadilisha simu. Unapata tu kuna several kinds of phones in the house you are not using. Unajua kuna watu ununua used phones, tunaweza zichukua tuuze, tununulie watu chakula, tuuze, tutibu watu ambao wako na jigas.
Tonight, history beckons for either defending champions France or Argentina as they face off in the FIFA World Cup final at the Lusail Stadium from 6 p.m. Both teams are seeking a third title, but only one team will earn the right to have 3 stars on their jersey. Ahead of the match, team representatives spoke about the highly anticipated encounter, and our reporter Daniel Ohome has the details.
For either France or Argentina as they clash in the final of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Holders France are, after 3 bullet points of history, become the first country to win back-to-back titles since Brazil did so in 1958 and 1962. Didier Deschamps becoming the first coach to win 2 titles since Italy's Vittorio Pozzo in 1934 and 1938. And Hugo Lloris lifting the title 2 times in a row as captain. Didier Deschamps has said that his side will soldier on against Argentina despite several health scares.
But of course, in a final, a World Cup final, especially, you have the match, but you also have a whole context behind that. And of course, the objective is to come out with the title. I know that Argentina and many people around the world, and perhaps some French people as well, would hope that Lionel Messi can win the World Cup. But we're going to do everything to achieve our objective.
Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni is aware that the finals must be won.
And we need to play as we have played the previous matches, taking into account our opponent, analyzing them, seeing how we can hurt them as we did in the previous matches. We analyze every game, we work on that, and we cannot only think of going there and playing a match. We cannot only think about winning all the duels.
The FIFA Technical Study Group, led by Arsene Wenger, predict a physical encounter in the final.
France has as well a huge physical power, because every player since the start of a tournament is quicker when the player in the same position in the opponent team, and many times you have the feeling that after 70 minutes the acceleration can be deadly for the opponent. So for Argentina will be maybe important to make a difference earlier in the game.
It's a final where one of the two teams is going to get a third star on their jersey. Will it be Argentina? Will it be France? For Argentina, Lionel Messi looking for that missing medal, the World Cup gold medal. Can he do it and emulate the likes of Mario Kempes in 1978 and Diego Maradona in 1986? For France, history beckons. The last team to win back-to-back titles was Brazil, inspired by Pelé in 58 and in 62. For Didier Deschamps, can he take the double as manager in addition to the gold he won in 98 as captain? For Hugo Lloris, can he become the first man to captain a side to 2 world titles? There's only one place to find out. KBC Channel 1 at 6 p.m. World Cup iko KBC. Na KBC iko Qatar. For Lunchtime News, my name is Daniel Wahome.
The 20th edition of the Zoezi Mtaani was held Sunday at the Tumaini Primary School in Nairobi County. The exercise, which brought together over 200 participants, aims at sensitizing Kenyans on the need to keep fit for good health and promoting national integration. The 20th edition was the climax of this year's Zoezi Mtaani challenge that has traversed various counties since the beginning of this year.
Sasa tunataka kwenda Mombasa. Tulitoka Eldoret, tumeenda Nakuru, Rift Valley tumeenda mara 2, tumeenda Kajiado, Nairobi tumetembea karibu yote. Sasa bado tu kwenda Kibira, Kayole na pande za Korokocho, huko ndio tunataka kwenda.
Dr. Nicholas Wambiru was crowned the overall winner of the last leg of the DTB Golf tournament held at the 9-hole Eldoret Golf Club. Playing off handicap 17, Wambiru caddied 40 points, beating his closest challenger Shanti Shah, playing off handicap 20, who caddied 39 points after beating Dr. Kiran Shah and Aaron Kitur on a countback. Esther Cherono claimed the gross winner category, caddying an excellent score of 78. Michael Chebi, on the other hand, clinched the first 9 21 points, while Waswani won the longest drive in the men's category, while Linda Torore claimed the women's category. The DTB Golf Series this year brought together over 500 golfers drawn from Kakamega, Mombasa, Kericho and Eldoret.
These tournaments really help us juniors to get used to competitive golf, which is what we need in this country, because competitive golf is what shows you the level you are and where you can get to.
First 9 was not good at all. It was nothing spectacular. Got 16 points. So I knew after that, there's no way I was going to bring a high enough score for me to be a winner. So I took it easy, played my game as it is, had a lot of luck, I must say, in putting, and that's how then I ended up, really making the 40 points.
Well, and as history beckons to tonight for either defending champions France or Argentina as they face off in the World Cup final at the Lusail Stadium from 6 p.m. Remember, you can catch that match right here on KBC Channel 1. Up next is Dunda Dunda ahead of the match. My name is Jacky Wambiru and our sign language interpreter is Brian Moraro. Well, enjoy the rest of the day.
Kupata rudisha pesa za Masai kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *811 *962 hash.
Iko mudu nasirisha mimi sana. Nasikia? Sema okay? Kama semi achukui, mimi napeleka pesa benki. Nafika benki, napatia pesa, alafu mtu mwingine nakuja na sema nataka loan, napatiwa ile pesa. Sasa mimi nashinda. Kwani mimi naleta pesa yangu wewe napatia mtu mwingine?
Kupata rudisha pesa za Masai, bonyeza *811 *962 hash. *811 *962 hash.
Bring it on. Niambie sasa. Bring it.
Pole wewe.
Mimi ole matope nilipotoka hapa nimepatana na Gisimba. Simba ya nini?
Si mtu amepoteza.
Josephine. Hata ninachua nilikuwa nataka kufanya namna nitumie hiyo yage. Hiyo bicha yage niweke passport yangu chu.
Wewe. I can do my true love now. I love you.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544 hash. Make Chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
This could be a chance for Croatia. Goalkeepers come out. Chance here, take a shot. Good timing first time. Oh, they've waited, and this has allowed the Moroccans to regroup and come back and defend. What a let-off. What a chance here. Across field. And it goes in. What a goal. It almost looked like it was going out. And again, Croatia take the lead. Miroslav Osic, the Dinamo Zagreb midfielder, one of the 5 changes for Croatia, putting the Czechs in the lead here. We're gonna continue talking about the vulnerability being exhibited in this Moroccan defense.
They kept their time. They had enough time to play
Morocco also came into the game. They regrouped and won the ball, gained possession, but they lost it again. And this is a sort of intelligence